Hello, everyone. My name is Guido Pickert. I'm head of investor relations at Aixtron. Aixtron is a company that provides equipment for the semiconductor industry. It's important to note that we are providing the equipment for a new type of semiconductors compared to the classical silicon semiconductors, namely compound semiconductors. This is a very important differentiation because we are not involved in the classical chip making. We are involved, or our customers are involved in making compound semiconductors. I will give you a qualitative overview of our business today and in the future. I will not refer to any numbers, any charts, etc. This you can look up at www.aixtron.com under the area of investors, and there we have all our reportings and presentations available. We are, as I said, equipment provider, key technology provider, enabling the rise of compound semiconductors. I explicitly say that because compound semiconductors are about to make inroads into the classical silicon industry in certain areas. Compound semiconductors are a new kind of semiconductors compared, as I said, to the incumbent silicon semiconductors. Just to give you a feeling of where compound semiconductors are important. So no glass fiber network anywhere in the world would work without Aixtron technology. No iPhone would unlock itself on your face without us. No LED billboard anywhere in the world would function without the red LEDs made on our tools. In the area of so-called wide bandgap materials, these are materials such as gallium nitride or silicon carbide. We are driving energy efficiency, CO2 savings in power supplies, battery electric vehicles, or IT infrastructure. These power electronics based on wide bandgap materials or compound semiconductors are making inroads to replace what we know today based on silicon semiconductors. And this applies to many areas in our daily lives, such as chargers for mobile devices, or, as I said, power supplies, for example, for laptops. We are just at the beginning of a multi-year growth cycle with Aixtron, and we are driven by, or the business is driven by, megatrends such as digitization, energy efficiency, and electromobility. In the past, our customers have invested always looking at a specific application. For example, when we were looking back in the days of LED backlighting, this was making inroads into notebooks, making the displays very thin, but the whole industry was investing to enable LED backlighting for notebooks. This resulted in a very sharp up and a very sharp downturn. Same applies, for example, LED backlighting for TVs. Everybody was investing at the same time. Capacities went up, overcapacities were created, and then we had the respective digestion phase following that upturn. And a similar pattern we could have seen in 2018 when ahead of the launch of the iPhone 10 and the first functionality of Face ID unlocking. Laser-based, everybody invested, not everyone who was awarded to become an Apple supplier, so we had this overcapacity. This time, I think it's different. This time we are seeing gallium nitride as a power material making inroads into the area of power semiconductors, of low voltage power semiconductors. And it's true, the whole industry is investing, but not everyone focuses on the same application. So some focus on chargers, others focus on IT infrastructure. Again, others focus on power supplies. So you see behind the scenes, there is a lot of subsegments that are being addressed, and all results in strong demand that we see for our tools to manufacture these kind of power semiconductors. We see very broad range of companies investing, from the type of foundries, the largest foundry in the world, to integrated device manufacturers. Everybody's investing. So this makes us believe that the gallium nitride demand cycle is a multi-year cycle and not a cycle that we know from the past. Very important to note. The other material in power electronics, silicon carbide, is just ahead of a volume ramp of the industry. You know that silicon carbide again enables a more energy efficient conversion of power, and this is very well suited for electric vehicles. The less energy these kind of functionalities use, the further you get with a car. But the industry is not yet in the position to have high volume electric vehicles out on the road that are already using silicon carbide. So this is ahead of us. This is what I meant with silicon carbide being ahead of a volume ramp. In addition to that, we see that an opportunity is coming up, which is called micro LEDs. Micro LED displays, again, are very much more energy efficient than any display technology we know of today. The industry has a very strong interest to bring these kind of displays into the commercial space, which makes us believe that these will probably hit the market by 2023, 24 onwards. So this is a great opportunity for us as we provide the technology to make the micro LEDs in all required colors. In addition, besides already being a climate neutral company, we are increasing our focus on environmental, social, and governance topics. In short, this is called ESG. We have very high ratings already on the different rating agencies. And as I said, we're increasing our focus and will drive ESG topics forward over the next years. This is a very important part of our business, of our strategy, because we all know that energy efficiency or social matters, governance matters will become and have become already a very important part of business behavior. In summary, we are just at the beginning of a multi-year growth cycle. This growth cycle is driven by the megatrends of energy efficiency, of digitization, high volume data communication, electromobility, and the respective infrastructure. So very, very good prospects ahead. Silicon carbide being ahead of a volume ramp, micro LED opportunity is on the horizon. We see our company reaching new revenue and profitability levels over the next years. Again, if you have any questions on financials or require any other information, please refer to our website at aixtron.com, the section of investors. There you can find everything you need. I hope that I was able to transfer to you that Aixtron is a very, very interesting company to look at and that we are ahead of a very bright future. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. Your Guido Pickert.
Hi there, since you watched this company video until the end, I'm guessing you liked the video, and that's probably because we work very hard to create the most engaging and added value content for you. If you're a company and want to find out how we, at SiC11A, can make a company video with and about you, please email us at content@sic11a.com.